We are coming to you live from our Auckland Park studios. This is Prime News on SABC 3. Let's take a look at our leading stories this evening.
If I had been approached for a comment, I would have.
And why?
Because it showed that it was working.
KwaZulu-Natal National Prosecuting Authority head, Advocate Elaine Harrison, has stated that if she were consulted, she would have strongly motivated against the disbandment of the Political Killings Task Team.
This election is not just about another contest. It's a choice between more collapse or renewal, between corruption and accountability.
Former Member of Parliament Hanif Wilson is the DA's choice for mayoral candidate in the eThekwini Metro in Durban.
We still have to say thank you and everything by the way we perform, by the way we work on the field, and that's all that we can do.
And in the world of sports, Saturday's 5th round Rugby Championship showdown with Argentina and Durban will also be the final match of the season for South Africa on home soil. We bring you the latest news and in perspective. Welcome to your weekly roundup. My name is Beki Mutumomolete and you're watching Prime News on SABC 3. Let's chart a course through tonight's top stories, and here is what you need to know. First up, KwaZulu-Natal National Prosecuting Authority head, Advocate Elaine Harrison, has stated that if she were consulted, she would have strongly motivated against the disbandment of the Political Killings Task Team. This, as Harrison, the Director of Public Prosecutions in the KZN province, took to the stand before the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry into Criminality, Political Interference and Corruption in the Criminal Justice System.
KwaZulu-Natal NPA boss Advocate Elaine Harrison has sought to clarify that from her vantage point, the Political Killings Task Team was working, and had she been consulted prior to the 31st of December 2024 directive, she would have moved against such a decision.
If I had been approached for a comment, I would have.
And why?
Because it showed that it was working. At that time, it was very evident that the team was working well, and to de-establish it would both be counterproductive and also destructive of the vast amount of work that had gone into shaping the system and the structures that were now working well.
The Commission previously heard evidence that the reason behind the disbandment, allegedly provided by Police Minister Senzo Mchunu, is that political killings occurred pre-1994 and that the current events were merely murders. Harrison, however, disagreed with the suggestion.
I would say it's incorrect. There were political killings in the year 2019.
While Harrison's testimony on the disbandment of the PKTT echoed similar sentiments to those of top cops Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi and General Fani Masemola, Harrison, however, held a different view on the allegations made against prosecutors about the withdrawal of cases, charging that the reasons behind the withdrawals were justified.
There was no need to lodge any proceedings. The first step was, let's have a look at these dockets and determine whether or not they had in fact committed the offenses of defeating. And unfortunately, upon reading the dockets, the decisions made by the prosecutors were found to be justified.
Crime Intelligence boss Lieutenant General Dumsani Khumalo is expected to take the stand on Monday, the 29th of September. Kani Mapanga, SABC News, Pretoria.
Former Member of Parliament Hanif Wilson is the DA's choice for mayoral candidate in the eThekwini Metro in Durban. The announcement was made by party leader John Steenhuisen in Chatsworth in the south of Durban. The Metro is currently led through a coalition of the ANC, IFP, EFF and other smaller parties.
The Democratic Alliance is promising change for the residents of Durban. Hussein has served at various leadership levels in the National Assembly, including being the party's Shadow Minister for Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, and also for Home Affairs. He is a former councillor in the Durban Metro, who also held the position of party chairperson in the province for over 8 years. The DA leader says Hussein is the right man for the job.
This election is not just about another contest. It's a choice between more collapse or renewal, between corruption and accountability, between chaos and competence, between decay and dignity, and between building and breaking.
Fresh from retaining Ward 64 in Yellowwood Park in a recent by-election in eThekwini, the party is confident that it will improve its performance in next year's elections.
We will get every single wastewater treatment plant working again, stop the sewage crisis in our city once and for all. You know, there used to be a time when you opened your tap and water was certain. Today, communities go without water for weeks on end.
The DA says it will now start the process of engaging with residents of Durban and to share the party's plans for governing the city. Simpiwe Makanya, SABC News, Chatsworth.
Gauteng Premier Panyaza Lesufi has expressed serious concern over the state of the Akasia police station in Tshwane following numerous complaints from the community members and opposition parties. Upon visiting the station, the Premier found the facility to be severely underperforming, describing it as a little more than a physical structure with no meaningful service delivery taking place.
It didn't even take me 10 minutes to establish that indeed. There's no police station here. There's no police station. So I've asked the provincial commissioner to see me in my office urgently to come and account together with the Department of Public Works, because there's no way they can fight crime with an institution like this. So sadly, I came here to confirm that indeed there's no institution, and therefore we have to pull up our sleeves and ensure that there is an institution. They've been trying to get a building for almost the last 5 years or so. It has been difficult, so we've committed to assist them.
Welcome back to Prime News on 3. We now move on to the following. The ANC's First Deputy Secretary General, Nomvula Mokonyana, would not be drawn to comment on the Patriotic Alliance's threat to withdraw from the GNU next week. In a Facebook post on Tuesday, Patriotic Alliance leader Gayton McKenzie said if his deputy, Kenny Kunene, is not reinstated as the MMC for transport in Johannesburg, his party would pull out of all coalition agreements with the ANC.
We will form a coalition with the DA if they're going to treat us like that, that's ANC. We can't allow them to treat us like that. They probably think because I'm a minister, they can do what they like with the PA. Eke. Yeah, you guys got men jokes. Show us. You don't put Kenny Kunene back. We will leave every coalition we have with the ANC.
The Patriotic Alliance has given its GNU partner an ultimatum. This follows the party's reinstatement of its deputy president, Kenny Kunene, following an investigation by a law firm it had contracted.
What you have heard on social media from Gayton McKenzie, the ANC has got channels to interact with the Patriotic Alliance. Same as it goes with Comrade Senzo, there are processes, and I think we need to be given a space, and they must also be given a space. Everything is under control.
Meanwhile, Mokonyane visited a house that was used for secret meetings by the late struggle stalwart, Winnie Madikizela Mandela.
We are teaching those that are coming after Nomzamo to say, love them, be amongst them, live amongst them, and when it is time to cry, cry with them. When it is time to mourn, mourn with them. When it is time to celebrate, celebrate with them. Don't only come to them to seek a vote.
Natasha Piri, SABC News, Johannesburg.
The Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, Velinkosini Hlabisa, says that COGTA commits to strengthening the relationship between the municipalities and the business chambers in all 8 metros across South Africa. Hlabisa was speaking at the engagement government had with the Nelson Mandela Bay Business Chamber in Gqeberha in the Eastern Cape.
The Nelson Mandela Bay municipality has had 15 acting municipal managers since 2020 and 4 different mayors in this current term. Business leaders say the instability undermines growth and confidence.
Metros, they house about 62% of our population. And that is the majority of the population. And if the metros, instead of becoming better, yet housing the majority of the population, we are heading for a disaster.
The meeting sought not to apportion blame, but to lay down facts as a starting point for solutions. The Nelson Mandela Bay Metro has welcomed the call made by the ministry.
The Nelson Mandela Bay municipality welcomes the Minister of COGTA's call to strengthen ties between municipalities and business chambers. In Nelson Mandela Bay, we already have a memorandum of understanding with the Nelson Mandela Bay Business Chamber and strong institutional arrangement.
SABC has praised the Nelson Mandela Bay Business Chamber's proposals to strengthen local economy and says this could serve as a blueprint for all 8 metros nationwide. Kim Daniels, SABC News, Gqeberha.
Thank you for staying with us. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is once again making headlines at the United Nations General Assembly, this time with renewed claims that Iran has developed and stored massive nuclear and ballistic missile arsenals aimed at the United States and Israel. But it was the moment before his speech that truly set the tone. In a powerful act of solidarity with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres' call for an immediate ceasefire in the Middle East, a majority of member states walked out of the assembly hall, leaving Netanyahu to address a visibly thinned audience. Undeterred, the Prime Minister defended Israel's recent aerial strikes on Iran in June and July, describing them as preemptive measures to save the world from terror. His remarks come amid growing international scrutiny over Israel's military actions and escalating tensions in the region.
Please, order in the hall. Please, order in the hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, last year, I stood at this podium and I showed this map. This map. It shows the curse of Iran's terror axis. This axis threatened the peace of the entire world. It threatened the stability of our region and the very existence of my country, Israel. Iran was rapidly developing a massive nuclear weapons program and a massive ballistic missile program. These were meant not only to destroy Israel, they were meant also to threaten the United States and blackmail nations everywhere.
Next up, Malawian President-elect Peter Mutharika says it's now time to rebuild the country and put aside the political differences. Mutharika gave his address in the capital in Lilongwe following his dramatic comeback to politics. He defeated the incumbent Lazarus Chakwera.
Professor Peter Mutharika says time for competition has ended. Now the work to transform Malawi must start. He has applauded the Malawian Electoral Commission for running free and fair elections.
This is the moment to put aside what divides us and embrace what unites us. We are one nation, one people, one destiny. The challenges before us are real. Our economy must recover. Food must be available. for everyone.
The 85-year-old has been receiving well wishes and is expected to be sworn in the coming days as the people of Malawi are yearning for change. Kylie Khumalo, SABC News, Johannesburg.
In your sporting news, Saturday's fifth round Rugby Championship showdown with Argentina and Durban will also be the final match of the season for South Africa on home soil. The Bucks are determined to give their fans something to shout about as they look to defend their Rugby Championship title. Springbok captain Siya Kolisi says the team also wants to win successive titles in the regional tournament for their first time in history.
With 2 rounds left in the Rugby Championship, the defending champions Springboks are aiming for back-to-back Rugby Championship titles for the first time in their storied history. They have set the bar high in order to have something to aim for, which has proven to be the key for a team that likes to win trophies. Bok captain Siya Kolisi says they need to beat Argentina to stay in the race for the title, and also to thank South Africans.
Argentina is going to be bringing the same, and they're going to feel that the pressure's on us because we're at home. We have to entertain, but we know what we need to do.
Both sides come into this fifth round match off the back of big wins, but assistant coach Mzwandile Stick has cautioned against any complacency, given that the Bucks have been erratic in the tournament, to say the least.
As a team, the key thing is just to keep improving as a team. You know, we've been inconsistent for the season since we started earlier in July. So the biggest focus was to make sure that we keep improving in all our departments of the game.
Argentina scored a win over the Bucks in last season's Rugby Championship campaign. This season, they have wins over New Zealand and Australia. And Kolisi knows the Bucks will be in for a stern test. After the match against Argentina in Durban, the Bucks head to the Northern Hemisphere for the rest of the international season. Simon Burke, SABC News.
It is now time for us to take a glimpse into the atmospheric mirror. Our weather team has all the details to keep you ready for the weekend ahead. Your forecast is coming up next.
Thank you very much and a very warm welcome to the weather desk. Time for us to look at those conditions over the country. And I start looking for tonight. We're still expecting up to 60% chance of showers and rain as we move towards that interior of the Northern Cape, becoming isolated over the northwest, stretching into parts of the Free State. It is going to be a cloudy night as we move into Gauteng and Limpopo. Some drizzle expected over that escarpment of Mpumalanga. For tomorrow, we see this band of showers, internal showers, stretching towards the central parts of the country, still scattered as we move towards the Northern Cape, the northwest, stretching into parts of the Free State and into that northern interior of the Eastern Cape. But still expecting some isolated showers and rain as we move into Mpumalanga, stretching into KwaZulu-Natal, Free State, and also that extreme southern parts of Gauteng. For Pretoria, stretching into Polokwane, it is still going to be a cloudy day for tomorrow. With Cape Town also expecting cloudy conditions. Looking at our warnings for tomorrow, it is a level 2 warning of severe thunderstorm over that interior of the Northern Cape. Remember, it is a level 2, meaning that we do expect minor impacts over those areas. We are talking possibilities of heavy downpours, which can lead to flooding, strong damaging winds, and also large amount of small hail. So please, let's be careful over those areas. Overnight temperatures, it is going to be a relatively cool night over Gauteng. We're talking temperatures of 11 over Johannesburg, 16 over Musina, with Richards Bay dropping down to 13.8 over Bethlehem. Sunderland expecting a minimum of 4.13 over Cape Town. Maximum temperatures for tomorrow, also expecting a warm day's move towards that interior of the Northern Cape. Remember, we do have those severe thunderstorms for tomorrow. 25 over Upington, 23 over Sunderland. The mother city expecting a high of 24. Moving towards the central part of the country, it is a cool day for tomorrow. It is a cloudy day and also expecting rainy conditions over parts of the central parts of the country. 24 over Johannesburg, 25 over Musina, and also as we move into Durban, Palabra expecting a high of 24. Looking at standard forecast now for Sunday. Now we do expect up to 80% chance of showers and rain as we move into that interior of KwaZulu-Natal. Possibilities of flooding will be high over those areas. because of persistent rainfall. Moving into the interior of Mpumalanga, stretching into Free State, parts of Gauteng and the northwest, it is scattered showers and rain. Isolated as we move into Gauteng, stretching into Limpopo. In terms of temperatures, it is going to be a hot day over Mpumalanga and Limpopo, but should be warm as we move into the interior of the Northern Cape for Sunday. That's all the weather I have for you. Stay tuned.
We may be signing off for the night, but the conversation continues. Join us again soon, and until then, from all of us here in studio, we wish you a wonderful weekend ahead. Good night.